All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at this beautiful 2018 E63S. This is a Mercedes E63S that will give you all of your teenager's dream come true, okay? And I mean that. Why do I mean that? This thing has a 4-liter V8, twin turbocharged, and what Mercedes likes to call a bi-turbo. And this thing is producing some ridiculous numbers, okay? So get ready for this. 603 stock horsepower and 627 foot-pound of torque. Now, I want you guys to imagine this. If this thing was available in a truck, this would be the most strongest truck that is in production these days, okay? One of the most strongest trucks that can tow more than the 10,000 pounds of towing capacity that these trucks are giving out. This thing will be able to tow way more than that, and this thing actually can if we were to put it on the test, but we're not going to do that. So 603 horsepower, but this one is a little bit of a special version. This one is tuned by the owner, so this one is producing about 750 horsepower. Now think about it, guys. 750 horsepower, or even let's go back to 603 horsepower. You're going to be the fastest person on the road, period, okay? One of the fastest, if not the fastest, okay? This thing can go to 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, and it can pretty much beat any of the Lamborghinis or Ferraris that you're going to be competing against, okay? And this thing, the way it looks, this thing looks like a sleeper car because it's not screaming any kind of performance, but it's got all of the performance under the hood. Okay, one of the greatest things about this vehicle is that not only are you getting all this performance, but you're getting the Mercedes style luxuries, okay? That means that you're getting heated and ventilated seats. You're getting one of the top quality leather that you're going to be getting in any vehicle, okay? You're getting some of the highest technologies that you're going to be getting. Okay, so for example, if raising and lowering the vehicle on command, changing the transmission timing, changing the power coming out of the engine, changing the stiffness of your suspension. All of that can be done separately, okay? And then the best part of it is that it's a 4-door full-on luxury sedan. You get all of the room in the back, and comfortably person can sit, and you get all of the room at the front, which everyone can use comfortably, okay? So given all of that information, let's dive right into the vehicle and figure out whether this thing is holding up to its value, which I know, spoiler alert, it is. This is one of the greatest vehicles that I've ever test driven. So let's dive in and let's not delay. All right, guys. So without a doubt, one of the best features of this vehicle on the external is the front grille, okay? This huge Mercedes badge with the Mercedes logo at the front. Mercedes is one of the only companies that can get away with having their logos shown twice in very, very close proximity. So we have the black Mercedes logo right here, as well as we have the chrome silverish Mercedes logo over here. These two are complementing each other just perfectly. I actually really like this more than the one that used to stick out in the past. People can just steal it. No one can do anything to this unless they really wanted to, but typically you won't be having any issue with this. The other, one of the things that I really admire is Mercedes was one of the first companies to do this. It has a front-facing camera, and this is a wide lens camera, so you can see everything around you with this camera, and you have the option inside to turn on. When you're backing up, you can see all of the car around you. So this is a great feature. You also get the front parking sensors, so you can have it can show you how close objects are. If it's not visible in the mirror for you, it will alarm and it will give you a warning that you're coming close to an obstacle. So watch out. Other than that, this thing is doing its perfect job of making sure that the air is going through perfectly. Um, I mean, this is a Mercedes, guys. So they have thought of every single thing that they can think about to make sure that you're getting the performance that a Mercedes can only deliver. With these headlights, you're getting very, very sharp looking visuals. When you turn on the vehicle, when you unlock the vehicle, these amber markers come on and they're one of the best in class. So let's dive into thing is just gorgeous. It's got all of these plastic covers on it. However, just by taking a look at it, you know you're dealing with power. This thing is twin turbocharged, and you guys can see it has the air intakes over here, and it has a big air intake over here as well, which opens up on command as the air goes through. So you guys can see over here, this thing opens like that. So that thing probably opens as the car is going faster, so the air can come in. We have the negative positive terminal over here, so if you wanted to boost the car, you can just use that. And overall, pretty much, you know, nothing really you can do to, unless you're an authorized Mercedes dealer, a mechanic, to really work anything out on this. So it's basically untouchable right now. So um, 4 liter twin turbocharged, producing 603 horsepower and 627 foot-pound of torque. That's what this engine is providing. So this one specifically is tuned up a little bit, so it's producing 750 horsepower. But I mean, after, to be honest with you guys, after the 500 mark, anything is a bonus. So 750 horsepower, that is almost equivalent to the Hellcat that Dodge creates, and this thing is just one of the engines that Mercedes makes. So there's a lot more, but this one is pushing 750 horsepower. All right, guys. So now we're gonna do a walk around the car and see what the exterior features are. One of the things that stand out are these parking sensors. This is the side parking sensor, and this is the front. And then the front is loaded with three more on the front bumper, and then on the front bumper there's a side parking sensor as well. We also get a front facing camera that gives us a full view of everything that's happening at the front, as well as we get the Mercedes emblem on the top of the hood, as well as at the front grille. So that is a pretty cool feature. Only Mercedes, like in this view right here, guys, take a look at this. You have Mercedes logo showing up 3 times. You have the logo over here, then the logo over there, and then the logo over there. So Mercedes is really proud of their brand. So they're making sure that they can show the Mercedes logo in a classy way as much as possible. So one of the other things is that there's a handcrafted signature by the creator of this engine. So this is very nice, very, very, very Mercedes, uh, very, very Mercedes like, and very nice. So we'll close that hood now and take a look at this. The curves on the hood, only Mercedes can design something like this and make it look good. This is a great, sexy look for the Mercedes, and I really love this. Like, take a look at this, guys. This is just amazing. So moving forward on the side, we have a very smooth side profile. Of course, we are welcomed with the V8 by Turbo 4matic a sign over here. One thing is that as soon as you close the vehicle, the mirrors go inside, and as soon as you open up the vehicle, you get the mirrors opening up as well. Another thing in these mirrors are these cameras that are on here. So that gives you a fisheye view of the whole side. And this is one of the reasons why the Mercedes can show you a full 360 view while you're on the screen in the center console. We also get these indicator marker lights on the mirror as well. Moving forward, we have the touch on this. So take a look at this. As soon as we touch this, as soon as we touch this, the vehicle locks. So if I open it up, and then I all I have to do is touch. So take a look at this. All I have to do is touch. There's no button, and as soon as I press this, the vehicle locks itself. So that's a great feature. I wish every vehicle pretty much had it, but you know, Mercedes is going to lead the way on this. Moving on, we also have the same touch on the passenger side as well. So take a look at this. I have the vehicle unlocked, and then right over here, this should go down just by me touching it. So now it's locked, and away we go. On the top, you guys can see that the sunroof is not taking up any space in terms of reducing the aerodynamics of this vehicle. It's still smooth on the top. We see a little division right over here, but that's pretty much it. When the sunroof opens, it'll just it will do its best to not reduce the aerodynamics of it. Moving on, we have the rear parking sensor as well over here. So take a look at this. I can't even see it. It's right here. Here's the rear parking sensor on the side. This is the left rear sensor. Then we have the rear sensor over here, and then we have the other rear parking sensors. So four sensors for the rear, and then one sensor on the side. So two sensors on the side for each. And if you include the one at the front, and then the one in the back. So you get a really good indication of what's happening on the side of this vehicle as well. What I like about this vehicle is that it has AMG written on these exhaust vents over here. So of course these are the fancy kind, because when you look inside, there's the exhaust pipe way back there. But this has the AMG logo written on it, so that makes it look really classy, and that's on this side as well. So that's one of the great features of this vehicle. I really admire that. Of course, we have the E63S on the vehicle, and we have the AMG logos on this vehicle as well. So get the full-on Mercedes experience with this vehicle. Yet you don't need to go ahead and buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini to make your speed dreams come true. This will do all of it. It'll give you the luxury, it will give you the performance, and it will give you the braking. Check these rotors out, guys. The size of this rotor is typically the size of the rear rotor, is typically the size of the front rotor. And if you look at the front rotor, just get a load of this. This is just crazy. All right, guys, so let's get inside this vehicle now. So we're gonna get inside from the passenger side so we can get a little bit of a better view. You can take a look at this. We are presented with one of the most luxurious views of any car manufacturers. The side, this is just the passenger side trim. You guys can see that we have the ventilated seat button, heated seat button. We have the most amount of changes to the seat you can make. Pretty much you have the top part of the seating area, lower part of the seating area, the recliner, as well as the headrest change, and we have three memory seats on that as well. So for passengers, this is as luxurious that you can get. And then, of course, we have the Burmasters uh, speakers over here. This is one of the best in class speakers. Otherwise, Mercedes wouldn't be going with that. Another thing that I want you guys to notice is that look at the quality of the chrome that they have used. It is just as gorgeous as it can get. You have the window switch as well as the door opener with the plastic buttons for the opening and closing. This is just gorgeous. And then one thing you guys can't see right now because this is daytime, there is a purple LED going across over here. So and you can change the color of these LEDs. That LED also runs over here as well and across all of the foot area. So you have a full on LED lighting system that you can change the colors for. You have a very nice leatherish looking material over here. So there's no usage of plastic in this at all. You can see that even this part is a little bit microfiber carbon fiber simulation over here, and even the doorknobs. Guys, take a look at this doorknob. Even that is luxurious looking. So overall, you get an amazing view of from the passenger side. We're also welcome with this AMG logo right over here. And take a look at these seats. They are nice, heated and vented seats over here. So you're going to be in Happy Town pretty much being in this vehicle. Now, let's take a look at the main aspects of this vehicle, which is the interior. So, switch the camera to the side and take a look at this, guys. Like Mercedes has made their business to make sure you have easy navigation for this multimedia screen. And take a look at the screen. I want to show you from the side first. And look at how long that screen is. That screen ends at the vent over there. So starting from here, take a look at this. This is the whole screen right over here. And then you also have four vents, and then you have one of the best looking clocks in the business over here. And you have the most luxurious ways of making these buttons. Just feeling them is a treat. So let's get inside and feel them a little bit more. So inside of this vehicle, you can see that every item is just a pleasure to even feel. Starting from the trim to the buttons to this watch over here, it is all an amazing experience. My favorite part is the fact that you can change all of the driving aspects right from here, and you have the navigation for the screen right over here. So when you're interacting with the screen up here, you can use the controls over here. So that's a very nice touch. And one of the best things that I like about this that it has that Android outlook. We have a back button, we have a home button, and we have a skip forward button. All of the main items that you would need to navigate on the screen. We also have two cup holders over here and some storage space over here, and we have the regular cigarette lighter button with a button activated. So it's a little bit more advanced. It gets pressed down and it feels a lot nicer than it did in the previous vehicles. Now, overall, you have the outlook of this vehicle is very nice. You have the leather interior trim. We have the speaker over here, as well as we have the driver side speak adjustments over there. Speaker, window switches, all wrapped in exactly how the passenger side is. Very luxurious and very, very amazing. Now, I want to spend a couple of minutes on this steering wheel. This steering wheel is very the best way for me to express this steering wheel is that it has the most amazing sports car feel that you can possibly get. Yet this is an E-Class. So you're feeling the steering wheel as if it's a sports car, but you're getting the luxury of as if it is a highest end Mercedes. So um, I really admire that. You also get the Triptronics over here, so you can change the gears with the pedal shifters. And then the best part that I have, my favorite part over here, is that you actually have the steering wheel, the wheel shifter, the driving shifter right over here. So, you know, I want to take a couple of minutes talking about this steering wheel. This steering wheel, as you guys can see, looks amazing. Not only because that it's a Mercedes steering wheel, but also because of the fact that it gives you all of the feel of a sports car without being a sports car. You from the steering wheel, you get the feel of an actual sports car, but you're driving around in an E-Class with the full amount of luxuries that you possibly can get. So, of course, your regular steering wheel controls, voice commands, the phone commands, back button, and then the four-way navigation, as well as four-way navigation over here. And you have a back button here and mute and increase your volume and decrease your volume over here. Now that covers your basic, but what about the driving? You also have the Triptronic control for your gear shifting over here, and all of your gear shifting is happening from this button over here. This not this instrument cluster type looking knob. Now Mercedes has been doing this for a long time, so this is not a surprise, but it still requires a little bit of getting used to. All right, so now we're gonna go and take a look at the driver side interior and walk through all of the features for your driver. Now, overall, you're presented with an amazing interior right off the bat. You have your door trim with all of the luxuries that it can spit out. You have your seat adjustments right over here. You have your vented and heated seat control right over here. You also have a button to control your right hand side passenger side seat as well. So take a look at this, guys. You can actually press this and then control the passenger side. So that's a great touch. This is really great for people who get in the inside the vehicle, and if the passenger is sleeping and you want to turn on the heated or vented seat for them, you can just easily do that from here. So that's a great touch. Again, you have the LED lighting all across over here. You guys can see a little bit of a purple coming out right now. So you guys can change the color of that inside the vehicle from the menu. The driver side has, of course, all of the window switches, so that's right there, and that's great. Then we have the trunk opening switch over here as well. My favorite feature in any vehicle is the door trim having the logo, and this has that AMG logo right over here as well. So that's a great touch, and this is actually an LED. So at nighttime you will see this as well. Moving on onto the seat, this is one of the best leather you can find on any vehicle. You have a little bit of a velvet over here as well. So it gives you that really nice luxury touch. Of course, it's an AMG, so it has that AMG logo over here as well. And overall, just take a look at this, guys. This is an amazing um, outlook for any vehicle. So let's take a look at all of these features of this vehicle. As soon as you step inside, the vehicle, you're presented with all of these options. So just like this over here, as soon as you close the door, you have the speedometers and the RPM meter come up on the screen, and all of this is a digital screen, so you cannot touch any of it, and it's not analog. So this and this are the two screens together. As soon as you press the start button over here, you get a AMG logo pop up on the main screen, and we have a bunch of options. Now, we're gonna go through each one of these options one by one, just to see what are some of the things that makes this vehicle stand out. And of course, we're gonna be using this to do the navigation on here. Okay, so you can actually just press the button, and so take a look at this. I will be going up and down like this, and then all I have to do is press the button. So you can, of course, you have massage, dynamic seat, and lumbar support, all in here. You can do all of the adjustments there. Of course, that's really great. We have then we have climate control, climate control that it can be changed right from here. Dynamic select. Now, this is probably the best part of this menu. What this gives you is that you can actually select each of these options by individually per individual. So, what do I mean by that? Those options are these. This is the engine mode. We have the transmission mode. We have the suspension mode. Turn off traction control. We have a little bit more control on that engine and auto off feature, as well as this is an interesting button. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but this one basically helps you find a parking spot. So we'll take a look at this in a sec. But overall, one of the things that I really like is that as soon as you start the vehicle, one of the things that is on here is that as soon as you press this button, any of these buttons, you're going to be presented with a screen like this. So now take a look at this. We can go from transmission mode, that's the middle one right over here. We can change that from dynamic from manual to dynamic. So manual will allow you to use these pedal shifters over here, and the dynamic will just automatically adjust. We also have the whole system can be changed right over here from this button right over here. So if I go up or down on that, you can see that we're going from sport mode to race mode to sport regular. This is sport plus, sport regular, and comfort mode. Those are the main aspects that you can pretty much change anything for. So you have your throttle. You have your ESP, which is the traction control, and the suspension control. Engine, transmission, and suspension. All of those options can be changed. And that's why, guys, this is a Mercedes. You guys can change any of those features and not have to go around and think, man, if I had that car, it would have been faster or slower. You can change this car and turn it into a different car. So that's one of the best parts of this vehicle right over here. So given all of these features, one of the other things that I do want to cover are these buttons over here. This thing just helps you keep your uh, cruise control distance from the other vehicles. You have your parking sensor and you have your rear drape. So I'll just show you that in the rear view right over here. Take a look at that. This thing opens and closes with that button. So you have a rear shade that opens and closes from that button. That's a great feature. And then one of the other features that I really like is this raising of this vehicle. So this thing, you can actually just press this button and it will raise vehicle rising. So take a look at this, guys. It will make sure that the vehicle is at its optimized space. So if you're going over a curb or anything like that, you can turn that on and you get a little bit of extra clearance to go over that bump. So mainly, very, very intuitive vehicle. You're not going to be missing out on anything if you have this vehicle because all of your dreams will come true in this vehicle. One of the other things that I like a lot is the sunroof. As you guys can see, this thing has a huge sunroof. So this gets you from, like, just take a look at this, guys. This is from the side. I'm looking at it, and this is a huge sunroof. So you get a lot of pleasure just driving in the car and not really feeling that if you don't have a convertible, this is much better than a convertible because you don't have to swallow any bugs, basically. So overall, great little vehicle. I really appreciate this interior, and of course, the driving of this car is just phenomenal. It just goes from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. and you have amazing power. You have overall the gas consumption. Let's just take a look at the consumption just to see what we're seeing on most of the time. So you're at about 20 liters per 100 kilometers most of the time, which is, I mean, I drive a truck, so 20 liter per 100 kilometer is a typical thing, but this thing actually moves fast. So you can also see over here, some of this is close to 10. So if you're driving it gently, you're getting that good fuel consumption. So that's a really great thing in this. So it's not just a guzzler you can actually save, but when you need the power, it's there. Overall, I don't need to bore you with all of these extra features that this vehicle comes with. Of course, we have automatic climate control. We have the navigation button over here. We have the radio button over here. We have the media button over here. All of this will take care of all of the Bluetooth and the sound system and the navigation over here. And then, of course, the tell button. This button will bring it back to the main menu. So if you're in any kind of other menu, it'll just press this button and you're back to the main menu. So great little features in across the board in this vehicle. You get the comfort and you get the luxury and you get the performance. Alright guys, so as you guys know, we're gonna do a quick test drive of this, and I want you guys to pay attention to the speed over here. We're going at about 47 and going through we're gonna do a quick acceleration test. So we're at 29, 3, 2, 1, go. Holy, oh my god, this car is so fast. This car is just ridiculously fast. I'm gonna put it back on comfort now. Wow, my sunglasses got blown away. So we're gonna do so we're gonna do a comfort acceleration test, and let's see what we get. We're on 39. Wow, I'm just too scared to even give it any gas. This thing is comfortable and super fast. This is a dream come true for pretty much anyone who wants to own, who's at all enthusiastic about cars. Guys, this is an amazing vehicle. I cannot say enough about this. So overall, the comfort and the suspension, this thing is taking bumps like a champ. I don't feel at all, as you guys know, I'm a truck enthusiast, but I don't feel at all that I'm in a sedan, to be honest with you guys. This is a sexy car. It's so fast and it's comfortable. Perfect balance. I think it's definitely worth the 100 grand that it's going out for right now.